Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and welcome to episode 6 of Figure Chat. So, yes, I managed to get a bit of free time today, so now I am able to get on to the next episode and I'm so relieved for that because I feel like I am on schedule now for what I should be doing on Figure Chat, which is trying to post at least 2 times a week. I don't think I will be able to do that all the time. But at least for this week, I'll try to do it every second day of the week. So that's at least 3 times a week. I'm going to try to post it this week, so 3 times this week. So hopefully I'll be able to reach that deadline. And I also decided that I'm not really going to look at the time anymore. Like, I'm not going to make sure I stay within the 20 to 25 minute limit. I'm just going to do 5 figures and stop there each time. It just helps me to keep track a bit more easier, that I don't have to look at the time every time I have to record. So without further ado, let's get started with the suggestions. So our first suggester is Cremario, and he suggested a male figure. And as I mentioned before, I don't really collect male figures, but I have to say that this is a really nice one. If I did collect male figures, there would be a big chance I would add him to my collection. So he is from Kekkei Sensen, and he is Leonardo Watch. I think this is an anime that I would love to watch. I haven't watched it yet, but I would probably add this to my watch list. And he's manufactured by Alter, so really good quality. 1/7 for 1/7 he is quite short, so I'm guessing he is a rather short character, and a very decent price for an Alter figure. I feel this is a very decent price, and he has already been released. Let's just look at his aftermarket price. Alright, he has gone up in price, so I'm guessing, wow, at Solaris he is very expensive, so I'm guessing he's a very popular figure, so that is why he went up in price. So it will be kind of hard to get him, I reckon, for a good price. So if I would have gotten him, I would have tried to get him pre-owned. So from the bat, I can already guarantee he will be very good quality. He's not up for ordering anymore. Well, he was a really good price, but since I think he's a really good popular character and figure, his price in the aftermarket skyrocketed. So I have seen this character before at places, so I know about the eye. I have seen the eye, and it does look nice. Looks detailed enough. It will be altered, so there will be no problems there. And I love his little mascot here on his shoulder. It looks so adorable. His clothing looks really nice. A teeny bit on the plain side, but as you can see with his pose, it does add that extra bit of detail with the way his clothes are wrinkling and the way he is standing on one leg. It does add that other type of finesse to it. So even though there isn't much color involved, you can still call it a detailed figure. So as you can see, it's almost like an unseen wind is blowing through his clothing, making it billow. His tie and his jacket. His shoes also look really glossy, so a bit more quality right there. I wonder if the hat, now I doubt the hat is removable. I wonder if you can remove this little thing on his shoulder. Oh, it's so cute. Perhaps you can, perhaps you can't. If anyone has this figure already, I would love to know. Can you remove this little monkey? So yeah, if you get a close-up, you can see they did put quite a bit of detail in his eye. He has shading in the hair. Of course, for white, sometimes I'm worried that the figure will be a bit dirty, especially on the white parts of the figure. Because to my current figure, the mommy one, the prize figure, she does have quite a bit of black smudges on her top because it's pure white. So I will just be a bit concerned about that. And I see both the monkey and Leonardo watch comes with an extra faceplate. I'm not sure if this was just an Ami bonus or an altar bonus. So I would love to know that as well. But it looks really adorable. If I would display him, obviously I would display him and the monkey with their eyes open. It just gives it that little bit more detail. I'd love to see him from the back, yes. Wow, really good details. His hair looks great. All these folds and creases in his clothing looks amazing. So a really top-notch figure, so I understand why they decided to raise the price. Personally, I would never pay that much for this kind of figure because I still feel it's too plain for the price. But if this is like your holy grail or a character that you really want to own, then it will probably be worth it for you. But unfortunately not for me. Let me just delete these so I don't get confused. The next suggestion is also from Chromorio. And he suggested a figure that's on my wish list. And it is Hatsune Miku, Trick or Miku, a Halloween version of Miku. So I really love Miku figures. I wish to collect almost all of the Miku figures that has been released and that will be released, because I feel most of them are really great and unique. And this is one of them. The company, I have heard good things about them, and I've heard bad things about them. I've heard good things about them concerning this Miku. Like people saying that Union Creative did a great job on this Miku, but then again on their older figures they didn't do that good of a job. So I'm a bit skeptical, but since other people say she's still good quality and worth it, she is still on my wish list, so I'm not going to remove her. And if I do see her for a really good price, I will buy her. So when she was released, she was a rather high price. I'm not willing to pay this price right now for her. I don't feel it's worth it, mainly because of her size, because she is not to scale. So I'm afraid she will be a bit too small. She's not the biggest of figures. And also the reason why I wouldn't buy her for that price is because I've heard that these stands that she comes with and that has to support her isn't the best. Like if you move her just a little bit, she rockets a bit, like it looks as if she's about to fall off her base. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not willing to pay a high price for her right now. So obviously she has been released. I can't really remember what her price was. Her price did go down a bit. Yes, I think I did see her for alright prices in the aftermarket. She's not too expensive right now. She's definitely not higher than this price, if I can remember correctly. She did go down in price a bit. So if you buy her pre-owned, she will definitely be below this price. So yeah, let's just take a look at what she looks like on Ami Ami. Here she is available on Ami Ami. I just want to see if this is right. So yeah, she did go down a bit. And this is still new. This is not pre-owned. This is if you buy her for brand new, then you can get her at these prices. So I'm also guessing she was not such a popular figure since Ami Ami still has her in stock. So actually we should be grateful for that, because that means the price will never skyrocket in the aftermarket. So that is actually a good thing for us. First of all, I also have to say that I really love the color scheme of this figure. I'm not a fan of Halloween, but I do love her color scheme and the clothing that she's wearing and her pose. So in all aspects, she will definitely stand out from the other figures that will be in my collection, since she looks so different. And I think apart from the Maki Halloween figure, she will be the only Halloween figure in my collection one day. So yeah, I definitely do want her. People have complained about the base, stating that it is a bit too plain. But I kinda like these little extra details they put on the base, the mushroom, the stars, the candy. At least it's not this plain brownish disc. At least they did try to put in a little bit more effort with these extra stuff. But yeah, I see what they mean. Perhaps they could have like put grass or something below, or just put a print on the base, not just this brown type of base. I agree it can be a bit better, but I have seen worse bases than this. So if you look at those worst bases, this is still one of the best ones. Alright, on to the figure. I do love her face. She doesn't look 100% like Miku to me, but it is still a very cutesy type of face, and she does look youthful. She does look a bit younger than she usually does. Her hair has quite a bit of transparency in it, so I think that do look nice. And if you see in her eyes has quite a bit of detail in them as well, with the little stars and everything. The little star on her cheek, and the orange also put into her hair. I won't say I'm a big fan of it, but it doesn't look bad. The pumpkin accessory she comes with is a really nice detail. I love all the frills and all the creases they put into her clothing. I love the shoes and the way it's not secured on her foot completely. So I really do like that effect. And as you can see here, I think if you just look at the prototype figures, you can already see what I'm talking about when I say she will not be completely stable. If you look at her right here, her knee is only positioned on this one little piece. So she is not 100% secured. Yes, all the colors they put in, all the extra, there's quite a lot of extra little details as well. With these little pumpkins she has as earrings, with these little ribbons, with this little pumpkin as a tie clip, and all the little patterns in her clothing. So from a certain point of view, I can understand why they made her price as high as they did, but personally I still don't think she is worth that price. So I am a bit glad she did go down in price. Am I willing to pay this? No. I would say I'm willing to pay not more than 12,000 yen for her, if I have to make up a total right now. And if you look at the back of her head, they also, even though you won't really be seeing this side of her, they also did a bit more effort here as well, with a little bat accessory in her hair, a lot of detail in her hair as well. And the cape also looks great, but it's the underside of the cape that has the most of the details. Let me just get... Okay, like here you can see they did a kind of print right here. It's like a white type of print, but also with other color gradients in it as well. So they did try to put in a bit more effort there as well. Her eyes, as you can see, has a lot of detail to them, so I really like the face. I don't really have a problem with it. It looks really nice. I wouldn't say the paint quality is top notch. It won't be like altar quality, but it's good enough. It's not a total train smash. I'm just looking for a shot of underneath her cape. Here, I think there's star prints, heart prints at the bottom as well. So the bottom of the cape does look quite stunning. It's like something else. And I also just noticed a little ribbon here at her waist. So yeah, this is a figure, if you're a Hatsune Miku fan, I would suggest this figure since it's something different. And the way her hair with the little accessories in them, all the little details are added, it really does make this a great figure to have in your collection. But for the price, I would say try to get her pre-owned for a better price than a brand new price. Because I still don't think she's worth these high prices. So that would be my opinion on that. And then I have a suggestion that I have been anticipated for so long. This is Jade's suggestion. When I first saw these figures, I nearly freaked out. I absolutely love this figure. There's just something about it, that the way they're positioned, it's like they're telling a story, and the Valentine theme, and I love the color of their clothing. It just looks so nice, and I also love these two characters. I think they are my most favorite characters in the Love Live series. So I really do love them. So this is a figure that's like really high on my wish list right now. I'm even thinking about definitely ordering them as soon as they get released. I'm not sure if I'm going to pre-order them. I'm still deciding. Hopefully they haven't been sold out already. I'll just take on Ami now in a short while. But I really do love this figure or figures. Of course, the price will be high, but for a Dio figure, I still think it is affordable. So this is Maki and Nico from Love Live, and they're 1'7", and for 1'7", not too tall, but I think the reason is because they are bending forward a bit, so they will still be big enough for the price, in my opinion. So they will be released in December. I'm anticipating a delay. I actually hope they will get delayed, so I will have more time to pre-order them, or have more time to save a bit more money. So yeah, for most this price will be too high, but since you're getting two figures, I think it is worth it. The price is really worth it. So I really want to take a look at the close-ups of this figure. So yeah, they are still up for pre-order. On Ami Ami they are a bit lower. They're a bit more cheaper, not by much, but they're just a teeny bit more affordable, if you can say that. So let's take a closer look at them. So it's Alter. I was really relieved when I saw it is Alter. So now I know that if I do decide to get these two figures, that I will be 100% satisfied when they arrive. Because obviously Alter will do a stunning job, in my opinion. They will do a stunning job. So first off, I really do want to congratulate Alter on the faces. These faces look exactly like they look in the anime. It's almost like they took the faces right out of the screen and pasted it on the character. It looks so realistic, and it really does look like the characters themselves. I really love the little accessories they have in their hand. I think Maki is wearing a card or a box of chocolates, I'm not sure. And Nico has a bag with candy in it. It's really adorable. I also love the fact they're like holding hands. I think the story that's being told here is that they have to confess to their lovers, and they are a bit, well, Maki, but Nico is a bit anxious to do it, and Maki is the one with all the self-confidence, so she's busy helping Nico to confess her love. And I really do love the story it's not necessarily the story, but the story you think these two characters are portraying. I also love the fact that there's Happy Valentine. I think it's Happy Valentine's Day is written on their skirts in gold. It looks really beautiful. I love the coloring, the white and the darkish red. It looks really nice. It also fits with the hair of Maki and the little red ribbons in Nico's hair. I just think it looks really nice. Really love the poses. I love the fact that the two poses aren't the same. They are like completely different. So you can see the confidence in the one character and a bit of shyness in the other character. I really love that. I really love the shoes, the typical loafer shoes that the Japanese people wear, the kids wear to school. Really love that. And as you can also see, the height of their socks are different. Nico's is high and Maki's is shorter. Also really nice. And also the top. Nico's is shorter and Maki's is longer. So I really love that contrast as well. And the ties also have different colors and a different shape to them. So I really do love that. I think you'll definitely be able to get a panty shot for these two figures, but obviously the promo pics won't be showing them. I would say one negative thing I have to say about this figure is the fact that Maki's hair does look a bit weird to me. What I don't understand is why there's this awkward line going down her head. It is possible that it's just a prototype that will have this kind of fault, but hopefully the final product will look a bit better. If they don't want to put in extra strands into her hair, I would say that they should just try to remove this awkward seam line altogether. So if she has to have a very smooth head at the top, at least do that, but just remove the seam line right there. Nico's hair looks much better because her hair is tied in pigtails, so I think it's a bit easier for them to portray the back of her head. For Maki, it looks like they had a bit of a trouble. But it's something I can definitely overlook for this figure. I mean, I think if something came broken off, I would still be 100% satisfied with this figure. I just really love it. The details in the eyes looks exactly like the anime, and I really love that. The flowing of the hair looks really good. All the little golden details in them. Yes, Happy Valentine is written on Maki's shirt and on Nico's skirt. So I really love that effect as well. So it's like they put a lot of thought into every little detail. So I really do appreciate that. So if you're a Love Life fan, I definitely suggest this figure. They are a bit on the pricey side, but just save up if you really want this. I would say lay off on other figures and just save your money for them. That would be my suggestion to you. Okay, so that was one of my most favorite suggestions. I have how many figures? I think I have 3. So I have 2 left to do. Now we'll look at Victor Viper's suggestion. And he suggested Sakura, or a Cardcaptor Sakura figure. I haven't watched this anime yet. A really long time ago, I was really into magical girl animes. I guess I still am, but I did wanted to watch Cardcaptor Sakura, but it just never came up. I just never got to it. So perhaps one day I will watch it. But since I haven't watched it yet, and the kind of animation of the character isn't really my style, I'm not going to buy her figures just yet. Perhaps in the future if I start watching the anime and I have that sort of emotional attachment to the character. So this is Cardcaptor Sakura, and she is manufactured by Kotobukiya. So Kotobukiya, not the best known for great quality, more known for mediocre quality. But she is a rather tall figure, and I think it's because of her base that she is this tall. Her price was rather high. Let me just see what her price was in the aftermarket. She did go up in price a bit. She did go up in price. So even if I start liking this character, I will not be willing to get her for that price. But if you do have the money right now, then yeah. Let's just take a look at her close up. So I don't always trust Kotobukiya quality from what I've heard from other people. So first off, I really do like the base. I think the base is something really different. It's not just a plain disc. It looks like 2 bases on top of each other. I don't know if it's like that in the final product, but I suppose so. And it does look really nice. It does stand out. I also love the color scheme that they used for Sakura. Looks really nice. And the face, it does look like Sakura. I love this. The detail I love the most is her wings and the skirt. I really do love that. Ooh, and this ribbon, wow. One thing I would say, just be very careful that you don't snap this off because it looks really thin and fragile. But it does look really cool, I must say. It looks like she has a little friend with her, and her weapon. I think that's her weapon for an accessory. So the back of the figure also looks really nice. I love layering a layered skirt in any figure. And it looks like they did put a lot of detail into her hair as well. So I do appreciate that. Yes, her face does look quite nice. I do love her face. Her hair really has a lot of detail in them. And it also has a bit of transparency in it for a bit of extra detail. She has a little garter thing around her neck for a little bit of extra detail. So it does look nice. And it looks as if they put some pink shading into her wings as well, so that it doesn't just look plain white. So I think that looks cool as well. I'm not sure if this little thing is removable. Perhaps. If it was, I would still keep it on her. I would display her with him. So yeah, it's like also asymmetry with the stockings. Here her stockings go over her knee, and right here her stockings is almost like a sock. It's really short. So the prototype of this Kotobukiya figure looks really nice, I must say. They also have the little extra wrinkling in the shirt. I just hope that the final products also look like this. But I believe so. Usually when you see the price going up a bit, it usually means that the figure did really great in the market, and people want her now, so then the price will usually go up. So I'm guessing that she did come out really nice. And this is one of the better Sakura figures that I have seen, or that I like. There are other Sakura figures that I don't really like, but if I had to pick one, price-wise as well, it will be this one. I do think she looks extremely cute. But the one thing that's putting me off is her face. It's old anime style. I didn't really like that anime style, so it's the only reason why I'm not considering her right now. Okay, then we're going to get to our last suggestion for today, and it's also from Victor Viper. And this is Kagamine Rin, and this is the Tony version. So I have heard a lot about her, and I also have heard that people were quite satisfied with her quality and everything. And I have looked at other Rin figures, and this one is by far one of the best ones. So if you're a Rin fan, before I even look at her, I can already guarantee you that this is one of the best ones in terms of the pose, in terms of the coloring and everything. And since she is manufactured by Max Factory, she will be good quality. So I would definitely suggest this one already right off the bat before even looking at the price. So she's a 1/7, not too short, a bit taller than other 1/7s, and she has been released 2 times at the same date, or probably just 1 time. And she was very, very high in price. Wow. Let me just see what she is in the aftermarket right now. Wow, she dropped in price drastically. I'm a bit surprised by that. But I'm guessing then that they probably released a lot of her, so it's not that. So I do think they released her like 2 times on the same date. The first time as limited exclusive, so that's probably when she was the very high price because she was limited. And then they released her again and probably had more figures of her. So a good thing for people that really want her and don't have enough money for her then. And as you can see, she's owned by a lot of people and her rating is very good. So this is definitely a figure that I would recommend for people that love Rin. I won't say that I dislike Rin, but her clothing, the only reason that I don't want to get this figure is because her clothing style is too plain in my opinion. And it will sound very weird because I do have a lot of figures on my wish list that has very plain clothing on. But personally, I know what I'm talking about. I know when I like something and when I do not like something. And unfortunately, the clothing here just isn't doing it for me. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get to the figure. So the first thing or the only thing that stands out to me the most is her face and her hair. I love the fact that they added a lot of gloss, the type, almost a platinum type of a chrome type of paint to her hair that makes it look very shiny and glossy. I do love the fact that they did that. A lot of details there. I love the face. She looks really happy. She will make your day full of sunshine and everything with a smile like that. And her eyes also look really pretty. I love her blue eyes. It really does look nice. And they also tried to put in a bit more gloss like here on her belt. And I think her shirt has a bit of gloss on them as well. And her pose is really dynamic. The fact that she's standing on one leg with her one hand raised in the air, it does look really, really nice. And her belt is also jumping up with her. So you can see the type of motion she's doing. And her shoes are glossy as well. So yeah, in the ribbons, realistically, you will see a lot of wrinkles in the ribbons. So they did do that effect, and it looks really nice. It looks really realistic. They also put in a lot of wrinkles in her shirt as well, and in her pants. That's really nice. I realized that one of the things that I don't really like about these characters are these arm warmers and leg warmers on their arms and legs. I don't really like it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I don't really want to get this figure. And I also just realized that she is available in Ami only for 11,000 yen. That is a really good deal, and I would take it. Take it, guys, as quick as you can. If you really want this figure, time is limited. So you can buy her right now. So it's a bit strange to me because I know that she is quite a popular figure. So it's a bit strange that she's not sold out yet. But I'm guessing that some people probably has the same reason as I do for not getting this figure. It's not because of the quality, but only because I don't really like the clothing style. These things. If you'll see on my wish list, I also don't have a Hatsune Miku that has the clothing with these things on her arms. I don't think so, because I just don't like it. Point. Plain and simple. So yeah, but that's just a personal preference. Nothing to do with the figure. That looks like a golden paint smudge. Oh my, hopefully the final products won't have that issue. So here you can see a bit of side boob as well. So just a bit of extra detail right there. She is rather bended. If you look at it from this angle, she does look as if she's bended a lot backwards. Here she just is with her brother, Len. And he looks good as well. But we're not here to talk about him. This is her base. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention is her base. Yes, her base, a really nice base. It's not just a plastic kind of base, and it also tells a kind of story. She is a Vocaloid. She's known for music. So this keyboard base, it really emphasizes that. So it really does fit with the character good. Very nice. I think perhaps these paint smudges are deliberate. I'm not sure, but it looks a bit weird, but it's definitely deliberate. So yeah. I have seen unboxings of her. I know that people are very satisfied with her. So if you're a Len or a Ren or a Vocaloid fan, I would really suggest this figure. She does look really nice, and she's by Max Factory, a really good manufacturer. I actually have a Max Factory figure that's on her way right now. So yeah, but I know a lot of people are satisfied with this figure. So that's all I'm going to do for today. The next time I'm going to get to the next 5 suggestions. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for number 7. And if you have any figure suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or on MFC. I usually post a blog where I just say that my next post or my next figure chat video is available. So if you rather want to post the suggestions there, you can do it as well. So thank you for watching again, and I really do hope you enjoyed. So till next time, bye guys.